Welcome in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Sam Reeves here with you, the Duelers and the Railroaders. In what is now officially the second to last game of the regular season here in the Ohio Valley League. The Duelers 19 and 18 on the year. Losers are 5 in a row. The Railroaders, they won their last time out. Overall, they are 19 and 19 on the year. We will go ahead and go through the lineups here for you in a second between these two ball clubs. I mentioned that this is not the last game of the regular season. We do play tomorrow, a makeup game against Hoptown from the rain out yesterday. It'll be 7:05 first pitch on the Duelers Baseball Network and YouTube channel from our home field of South Warren High School in Bowling Green in what will be the final day of the regular season before playoffs start. Potentially Thursday for the Duelers, ideally Friday. Going through the lineups for you, starting with the homestanding Railroaders. They're managed by Scott Guyman. However, he is not here today. He is on vacation. So they will be coached by their two assistants. The Railroaders will start like this. Leading off, the center fielder, Jake Seconder. Batting second, the left fielder, Ryan Callahan. Batting third, the third baseman, Parker Estes. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Brady Holloway. Batting fifth, the catcher, Ryan Lee. Batting sixth, the DH, Tennessee Carranza. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Braxton Baird. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Parker Shoulders. And batting ninth for the Railroaders will be the second baseman, Garner Anderson, with Malik Pogue on the mound. Again for Fulton, Seconder, Callahan, Estes, Holloway, Lee, Carranza, Baird, Shoulders, and Anderson, with Malik Pogue on the mound. For the Duelers, managed by Kyle Schexnayder, this is their starting nine here this evening. Leading off in left field, Bryce Cape. Batting second, the center fielder, Jonathan Evans. Batting third, the third baseman, Jay Curtis. Batting fourth, the designated hitter tonight is Jackson Norris. Batting fifth, the catcher, Rashard Grace. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Matt Jacobson. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Brett Rao. Batting eighth in right field, Nate Lai. And rounding out the starting nine for Schexnayder and the Duelers is the second baseman, Gustavo Gonzalez. On the mound for your Franklin Duelers is the lefty from the University of North Georgia, Daniel Courtney. And again for the Duelers, Cape, Evans, Curtis, Norris, Grace, Jenkinson, Rao, Lai, and Gonzalez, with Courtney on the mound. Your uniforms tonight, the Railroaders are the home orange tops with the white pants, brown numerals and lettering trimmed in white. The Duelers are the all grays. Gray road uniforms, gray road pants, blue numerals and lettering trimmed in red. We'll take one short break and be back with one more segment of pregame and the start of this ball game in just about 10 minutes from right now. Stay with us on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back into the Duelers Baseball Network, Sam Reeves here with you, quickly going through the starting lineups once again between the Duelers and the Railroaders. Starting for the homesteading Railroaders, they'll start this way. Leading off, the center fielder, Jake Seconder. Batting second, the left fielder, Ryan Callahan. Batting third, the third baseman, Parker Estes. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Brady Holloway. Batting fifth, the catcher, Ryan Lee. Batting sixth, the DH, Tennessee Carranza. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Braxton Baird. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Jackson Shoulders. And batting ninth will be the second baseman, Garner Anderson, with Malik Pogue on the mound. For the Duelers, managed by Kyle Sexton, they will start like this. Leading off, the left fielder, Bryce Cape. Batting second, the center fielder, Jonathan Evans. Batting third, the third baseman, Jay Curtis. Jackson Norris bats fourth. He's the DH. Batting fifth, the catcher, Richard Grace. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Matt Jenkinson. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Brett Rowell. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Nate Lai. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Gustavo Gonzalez. With Daniel Courtney on the mound, the lefty from UNG. We'll take one final quick break before the anthem and be right back with the start of this ball game on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Sam Reeves here with you. Another edition of Duelers Baseball. Second to last regular season game here tonight before the Duelers host the opt-out Hoppers tomorrow. These last two games are going to be massive in determining the playoff standing. The Duelers have been struggling of late. That kind of goes without saying. However, momentum could turn on a dime. So, we'll see if we can turn things around here this evening. It'll be Bryce Cape to start it off against Malik Pogue from Murray State University, the pitcher for the Railroaders. Malik Pogue made his first start of the summer last time we faced them, just a few nights ago here at Lojas Field. And the first pitch of the ball game is up and in, and it glanced off the head of Bryce Cape, who is down in a crouch on a knee. That's incredibly scary. And comes Kyle Schexnader and Will Allen. Bryce is now up. And will walk to the first base, down the first base line. He should be okay. That's very scary, though. First pitch of the ball game. Off the head of Bryce Cape. He looks to be just fine, though. He's talking to Will Allen over there at first base, giving him his shin guard. And it's good to see Bryce okay. That's a scary situation on the very first pitch of the ball game. It'll now be Jonathan Evans to hit. I want to give John Evans a very happy birthday. Wish John a happy birthday today. He's turning 22 today, so happy birthday to John. Hope we can get a win for him on his big day today. Squares the butt, pulls it back, and takes ball one from Poe. Gets 1-0. The Duelers are in a massive funk. And the funk has really lasted the entire month of July, if I'm being quite honest. But things could turn around at any given moment. Hopefully tonight's the night. Next pitch to Evans is on the outside corner, called strike one. All right, so I've noticed this home plate umpire's strike call is very nonchalant. It's not as bad as the one when we were here the last time. But man, oh man. A little bit hard to see. It's more vigorous than the last guy, though. Throw to first. Cape dives back in just ahead of the tag from the first baseman. Over there bringing that one in. Jackson's shoulders. It's 1-1 to Big John. Starkville, Mississippi native. At Southern University. And the 1-1 pitch. Where's the butt? Drops it down, and that's a good one down the first base line. Lee out to get it. Throw to first in time. For out number one. But on the play, Bryce Cape advances to second. 2-3 on the putout. And that'll bring up Jay Curtis. On the year for Jay, up to 270 on the average. He's on a hot stick lately. 89 at-bats, 12 runs, 24 hits, 5 doubles, 1 home run, 16 RBIs for Jay, and a .313 OBP. Back at third here this evening. Running in scoring position for the Duelers. Bryce Cape after he was hit by a pitch to open the ball game. John Evans did follow that up with a sac bunt. Pogue looks back at second now twice. And the pitch to Curtis is lined into right. Throw to first in time. Well, that's frustrating. Now the throw to third, and that's a double play. Holy cow. That is somewhat inexcusable right there. Because the wall and right is just 210 feet from home plate, that was an easy throw for the right fielder to haul away to first to get Curtis, even though he grounded it through the hole. And Bryce Cape rounded third just a little bit too far and was doubled off trying to go back there. Throws his bat toward or helmet toward the dugout in disgust and will walk out to left field. At the end of one, no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first after this. So one quick break. It's 0-0. Railroaders and Duelers on the Duelers Baseball Network. Yeah. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Sam Reeves here with you. Bottom of the first, Duelers and Railroaders, no score. Also want to quickly apologize for the camera angle. I say this every time we're here, but it's worth repeating again. Yes, I know there is a pole blocking home plate completely. I understand that. I recognize that. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. There's one, we're up and on what I like to call a press perch here built into the stands at Lojas Field. And I'm sitting in front of a very rickety platform that'll move every time I move. And just to the right of that platform is a tiny little triangle where I can put a tripod. That is very sturdy. That'll make sure it's level and even for you guys. And because of where that is located, that's the view we're dealing with. So I apologize for that. The 0-1 from Courtney is swung on and missed 0-2. Daniel's a good guy to have on the mound today, I think, to be a stopgap guy. Or not a stopgap guy, but a stopper in terms of the bad play we've been dealing with of late. The 0-2 pitch. Outside on a slider. Good take by Jake Sikander. It's 1-2. Daniel Courtney, the left-handed pitcher from University of North Georgia. Yeah, that's called strike 3. That's a good start for Dan. Strikeout looking, and it's one down here in the bottom of the first. Now Ryan Callahan will hit. But Daniel Courtney, the lefty from Peachtree City, Georgia, not too far from Atlanta. Ryan Callahan to hit now for Fulton. Pitch. Inside corner on a fastball. Called strike 1. Good spot on the hands. Ryan Callahan from Wright State University in Bexley, Ohio. Right-handed hitter. And the 0-1 from Dan. Breaking ball. Hit in the air to right. Nate Lai says he has it. Waits for it to come down and makes the catch for out number 2. A pop-up in here has a chance to go out to right because of how shallow it is in right field. Like obnoxiously shallow. Now Parker Estes from Murray State will hit. In this yard, that last ball in your scorebook should be a fly out to right, but in reality it's a pop-up to right. And Estes on the ground. Jacobson on one hop, gets it, throws the first in time. Daniel Courtney, 1, 2, 3, bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Railroaders. We head to the second. No score from Lojas Field. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by Condo Flooring and Installation. For all your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Condo Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Condo at 931-561-8607 for more information today. Also, El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin, Kentucky. El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Holly J's Martin Grill in Franklin. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. They are available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers Baseball. El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. El Po is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Peekaview Imaging. Whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, Peekaview is the place to go for your imaging needs. As I've forgotten to put the logos, my bad. Check them out in Franklin, Kentucky. Peekaview is located at 107 Roby Street. We appreciate their support of the Duelers. I'll catch back up on the logos when I read through the next group of sponsors. My apologies to that one. But we are back in nonetheless, and it'll be Jackson Norris to hit here, leading off the second against Malik Pogue, who doesn't like that baseball. We'll toss it back behind the plate and ask for a new one. It'll be 4-5-6. Norris, Grace, Jacobson due up for Schexnader and his Duelers. here in the inning. And the pitch. On the ground, into right. Holloway has it to throw to first in time. That's crazy. Anywhere else, that's a single every time. That's why they don't put real outfielders out there, because you don't really have to have a strong arm to get it to first base. It's just like an extension of second base. It's crazy. One down on the ground out to right by Norris. Wild. 9-3. And now Rashard Grace will hit. That's foul out, strike one. Normally when you see a 9-3 ground out, you're like, well, that's super abnormal. Not here. Not when it's only 210 feet to the wall and right. Crazy dimensions, to say the least. Rashard Grace hitting now with an 0-1 count on the next pitch. That's on the outside corner on a fastball, 0-2. Rashard's been tremendous this year. They named the All-League team today, and I believe Rashard Grace should have been on it. He was not. The 0-2. Swung on and missed strike three, and that's a strikeout for Pogue, out number 2. The Duelers' lone All-League team representative is Jacob Lassier, who's tremendously deserving of that, by the way. Congratulations to Jacob. Off the top of my head, I think the two representatives we should have gotten were Lassier and Grace. Grace did not make it on the All-League team, submitted by the owners and the president staff of the league, President John Bruce and Vice President Vic Evans. Pitch to Jenkinson on the inside corner, called strike one. But I truly believe Rashard Grace should have been on that team. Hoptown had 3 representatives on it. That was the most for any one team in the league. The 0-1 pitch. Off the outside corner on a fastball. It's 1-1 to Matty J. Matt Jenkinson back at shortstop tonight. Has his average at 246. 118 at-bats, 22 runs, 29 hits, 11 doubles. 11 RBIs. And the 1-1 pitch. Inside, Jenkinson bends back to avoid getting plunked. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike now. Nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the second. Here from Lojas Field. The 2-1 pitch. Good leave on a slider low and away. It's 3-1. If Jenkinson can reach, Brett Rao will hit next. Jenkinson digs back in, taps the plate twice, now rests his bat on his shoulder. And the 3-1 from Pogue. On the ground and through the hole between third and short. That's a 2-out single for Matty J, and that will indeed bring up Brett Rao. Brett Rao has been hitting the ball much better of late. Haven't seen as many results as he would like. But he's been making much more solid contact. Has his average only at 184, but a 394 OBP isn't terrible. Not bad at all, actually. Wouldn't say that's great, but it's okay. Pitch to Rao is swung through and that's strike one. He's been making a lot more solid contact lately, though. That's really all you could ask for. Starting back at first base here this evening, with Grace behind the plate. Well, that's probably a better defensive alignment for the Duelers, the way we have it today. Rao at first and Grace behind the plate. Not that Brett is terrible defensively by any means, but Rashard Grace is tremendous back there. And Brett does a pretty decent job over there at first. Mark Castle is serving day 3 of a 3-game suspension here today after getting ejected. I believe that was last time we were here, in fact. The 0-1. That's in the air to left foul. I take that back. That was on the road at Madisonville a few nights ago when Kyle Schexnayder also was ejected. Mark had to serve a 3-day suspension as opposed to the one that Coach Schexnayder had to serve due to the fact that it was Mark's second ejection due to unsportsmanlike conduct. But he'll be back tomorrow. And the 0-2 to Brown is spoiled away and foul off. The count stays at 0-2.
As a runner on first base with 2 down is Matt Jacobson with Rowell at the plate and an 0-2 count. No score here, top of the second. Pogue, the right-hander. And a pitch. Just off the corner, good take. Ball 1, 1-2 your count. A pretty good crowd here on hand at Lojas Field on a toasty evening here on Tuesday. What was originally supposed to be the final day of the regular season, but due to a bunch of postponements over the last 2 weeks. We will be hosting Hoptown tomorrow at South Warren. Pitch. That's slapped into short center. In comes Sikander. Out goes the second baseman. And it will be Anderson to make the catch and retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Daniel Courtney back to work after this on the Duelers Baseball Network.
It'll be Brady Holloway to lead it off. Bottom of the second against Courtney. Southwest Tennessee Community College. First pitch. Fouled off, strike 1. It'll be Holloway, Lee, and Carranza due up. And the 0-1. All the way back to the screen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now. Daniel Courtney, the left-handed pitcher from the University of North Georgia and Peachtree City, Georgia. The 1-1. Nice pitch on the outer half call, or swung on a miss for strike 2 from Holloway. He's down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dan gets his sign and the pitch. Swung right through a breaking ball in the dirt, and that's out number 1, strikeout number 2 for Daniel Courtney. Now Ryan Lee will hit. University of Arkansas, Little Rock, Ryan Lee to hit. Previously from Northwest Mississippi Community College, but going up to UNL or University of Arkansas at Little Rock, here in the fall. In Cleveland, Tennessee. That's on the ground at third and past the dive of Jay Curtis down the line. Over to get it this Cape. Lee takes a long turn at first, but holds up with a 1-out single. And now Tennessee Carranza will hit. Tennessee Carranza from the University of Montevallo. His father is the first base coach. That's Pedro Carranza. Pitch to Tennessee is lined all the way to the wall in right center. It'll be Nate Lyon to bring it in. Throw it in. Jenkinson cuts it off. That's a single for Tennessee. Makes it first and third with one out for Fulton. Now Braxton Baird to hit. Carson Newman University's Braxton Baird will hit now. One is in the corners, one down, middle infield, double play depth. First pitch breaking ball, outside corner, good spot from Dan. Strike one. Big spot here early in this game. If the Duelers can escape with no runs scored, that will be a huge win if they can get it. Next pitch, first to throw to first. Tennessee Carranza back in, standing up. And the pitch to Baird. Squares the butt. Did he offer? Appeal to third. Yes, he went, and that's strike two. Braxton looking out to the second base umpire like he has no idea, but I think they got that one right. It's 0-2 to Braxton Baird. A strikeout from Dan. If he could get it here, would be big. Runners at the corners, 0-2 to Baird. Throw to first. Not in time. Braxton Baird, the shortstop, moved down in the order for Fulton. Pitch. A pop-up. Shallow left. Jenkinson out to get it. That's out number two. No advance by the base runners. Good job by Dan to get a productive out. And now runners in the corners for Jackson Shoulders, but with two down now. KWC's Jackson Shoulders, Kentucky Wesleyan College. Collegiate teammates of Nate Cunningham. And the pitch. Where did that miss? Call ball one. Kyle Schexner asked where the heck that one missed, and I don't know. But it's 1-0 to Jackson Shoulders. And the pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. Just missed the barrel. Underneath it, just a tad. Just 1-1 to Shoulders. A big spot here early in this ball game, and what is a big game to determine playoff position as well. Pitch. Fouled off first base side, and it's 1-2. Daniels one strike away from getting out of it. 1-2 to Jackson Shoulders. Courtney's pitch. Breaking ball. In there, strike three called inside corner, and Dan works out of the jam. Leaves runners at the corners, and we head to the third. Still no score from Lojas Field. Stay with us on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network, and the first pitch, Nate Ly's crushed, but well fouled on the left field line. 0-1. It'll be 8-9-1. Ly Gonzalez in the top of the order. And Bryce Cape due up against Malik Pogue. The 0-1 pitch. Off the inside corner. Good take. It's 1-1 to Nate Ly. Nate Ly, the catcher from Southern University, previously attended North Central Missouri Community College in Trenton, Missouri, not far from where I go to school. That's on the outside corner on a fastball called strike two. Actually, in Madisonville a couple nights ago, got to meet and chat just a little bit with Nate's girlfriend, who's from Kansas City. It's nice to get to chat with her for a minute. The 1-2. Off the inside corner. Good take. It's ball two. 2-2 your count. Missed just inside. 2-2 Nate Ly with Gonzalez to hit next in the pitch. On the ground at third, foul, and we'll do it again. Nate Ly, born and raised in Curacao, stands 6 feet 7 inches tall. As he awaits a 2-2 from Pogue. Curveball, waited on it and fouled it straight back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes your count. We are here at Lojas Field with the weirdest dimensions to the OVO, and it's not even close. Makes the park unique, I guess you could say. The 2-2 pitch. Did he go? Check to first, no swing. Good hold. And that's ball 3. Nate's got away with 2 of those. Can you get away with a third? We'll see. Get on base any way you can right here, kid. 3-2 to Nate Ly. Malik Pogue has a sign of deep breath and a pitch. Hot ball's hit in the air to shallow left. Out goes the shortstop Baird to make the catch, and that's out number 1. It's a good at-bat by Ly. Just couldn't quite end it and getting on. And now Gustavo Gonzalez to hit from Rochester Community and Technical College. Gonzalez chokes up on that bat just a little bit. Waiting for the first pitch from Pogue. Swung right through, strike 1. Very nice crowd on hand here on this Tuesday evening in Fulton. The 0-1 pitch, foul ball, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Gustavo. Pogue ready. And the 0-2 pitch. Foul off, and we'll do it again. At no balls and 2 strikes. Gustavo taps the plate twice. Bat on his shoulder now as he awaits an 0-2 from Malik Pogue. On the way. Good leave outside. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes with 1 down. Malik ready, brings in the 1-2 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Lee. That's a strikeout from Malik Pogue, out number 2. And now Bryce Cape will hit. Bryce was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Now up again here in the third. First pitch in there, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. On the ground to second. Anderson has it, throw to first in time. And that'll do it here on the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for the Duelers. He head to the bottom of the third after this. No score from Fulton. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. It's Gunnar Anderson in the box to lead off the third against Courtney. First pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Courtney's been very sharp his first couple of innings. Here in the third, that one misses low and away, just barely. It is 1-1 to Garner Anderson. Bottom of the order for the Railroaders. That will be followed by the top in Sikander and Callahan. That pitch is fouled off third base side. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. Daniel Courtney sits down. Garner Anderson for strikeout number 3. I'll make that strikeout number 4. And that's out number 1 here in the third. Now Jake Sikander will hit. Sikander struck out looking to open the ball game in the bottom of the first for the Railroaders. First pitch fastball outside, ball 1. That pitch is popped up. Does Grace have room? He's back to give it a look. I think that's off our ceiling, and yes, it is. You could hear that. Luckily, I knew that's coming. That's metal up there. And you could hear the bang from probably where you are at home. Pitch is outside. It's 2-1 to Jake Sikander. On the 2-1 pitch, all the way back to the screen. It's 3-1. And that is a home run off the wall, or is that a double? That's a ground rule double off the netting. And that hit the net for a double. For a ground rule double for Sikander. And now Callahan will hit. First pitch. And there's strike one. It has been brought to my attention, and I didn't notice it, neither did the PA guy, that Daniel's not out there anymore. I don't know whether this was a change mid-game or what exactly occurred, but Liam Samuels is into the ball game. That's pulled down the line, foul third base side, and it's 0-2. Daniel did start. That was indeed the case. I believe he pitched two, and Liam, this is his first inning. But I look out there, and yes, that's a right-handed pitcher on the mound, so not Daniel Courtney. Out to check, swing on a pitch low and away. Appeal the first. No swing, and it's 2-2 now. So hopefully everything's okay with Daniel. That's a little scary because he was very good to start the ball game. But now Liam Samuels on. And the 1-2. All the way back to the screen. Running to third, and he's there in time as the ball skipped past Rashard Grace. So the go-ahead run in scoring position with one down here in the third. The 2-2 pitch. That's a foul ball back behind us. Well, that hit the roof as well. I think it's over. And it is. 2-2 count from Liam Samuels to Ryan Callahan. Pitch. Low and away. Good snag by Grace. Had to reach across his body to snag that one. And it's 3-2. Really concerned about Daniel because I know he started this ball game. Hope everything's okay with him. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off back behind the screen, back behind the plate to the screen. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Ryan Callahan popped out to right his first time to Nate Lai over there today. And the 3-2 from Liam. Fouled off his foot, and we'll do it again. Count stays at 3-2. Nothing your score. As we play here in the bottom of the third inning. Liam is ready, looks into Grace to get a sign. And the pitch. That's a chopper. Liam off the mound to get it, bare hand, throw to first, and that's high. Brett Rouse off the back, and that's an infield single and an RBI for Ryan Callahan, 1-0 Fulton.
And now Parker Estes to hit. Parker Estes grounded out to short his first time. Pitch outside, ball one. And that's a check swing. And a strike called. It's 1-1. To Parker Estes in the 3-hole for the Railroaders tonight. Scott Guyman is away from the team today, so coached by their two assistants. Runner takes off. Pitch is low and away. Throw from Grace's knees is a good one. Tag, not in time though. Stolen base for Ryan Callahan, and he's now in scoring position with only one down still. Fulton coached by Brad Weber and Pedro Carranza today. And a 2-1 pitch to Estes. On the inside corner, called strike two. Good spot for Liam. Parker thought that was inside, but that caught the inside black. And evens it up at 2-2 now. The 2-2. Fouled off third base side. We'll do it again. The Railroaders and Duelers locked in a very tight OVL South for the 2, 3, and 4 spots in the playoffs with one game to go for everyone. Everybody's got a game tonight and a game tomorrow, and then we start the playoffs. The North Division has game one of their playoffs tomorrow, in fact. But the South doesn't start till Thursday. That's a good block by Grace on a pitch low and away, 3-2 your count. The game the Duelers paying the most attention to tonight is between Hoptown and Paducah. We'll keep you updated on that over the course of the evening. 3-2 from Samuels. Where did that miss? I guess away, and that's a walk. Now runners first and second one down, and Brady Holloway to hit. In fact, we'll check out that score between Hoptown and Paducah as we speak right now. Pitch. Fly ball, shallow left. Over goes Cape and Curtis, but it's out of play. Strike one. Today, Tuesday the 19th. Pitch to Holloway, blooped, pass short and into left. Put up the stop sign as the throw from Cape comes in. It's cut off by Curtis. And a single loads the bases with one down. So 3 games currently on the schedule for tomorrow, including your Duelers at Hoptown. Although, to be honest with you, if Hoptown wins tonight and we lose, tomorrow's game doesn't matter. It still may be played because it's already on the schedule. But if those two things occur tonight, which we obviously don't hope that to happen, tomorrow's game would not matter in the standings whatsoever. So it may behoove the Duelers to get a day off tomorrow if it doesn't matter and just take a forfeit if it doesn't affect playoff standings. But tonight's game will obviously determine that, as well as the game going on between Hoptown and Paducah in Hopkinsville this evening. Checking out the live stats of that one. Oh, boy. Hoptown put up 6 in the third and are up 7-2. All right, so if these two results hold, which there's still a long way to go in both of them, tomorrow's game at South Warren High School would not matter whatsoever in the standings for anybody in the OVL South. And I'll explain why in a second. Bases loaded, one down, and Ryan Lee to hit. First pitch, outside, ball one. Right now,
As we sit currently, the Duelers are in third place in the OVL South, a game and a half behind Hoptown. Hoptown sitting in second. Well, Samuels 1-0 pitch. Where did that miss? I guess away ball 2. And if we lose today and Hoptown wins, we would be 2.5 games behind them. With a matchup with them tomorrow, so even if we would hypothetically win tomorrow, we'd still be a game and a half behind them. And that's line number third and into left for a base hit. 1 run scores. They'll hold up the second runner as the throw from Cape comes in. It's 2-0 Fulton, and the bases remain loaded. As it's interesting because right now the game is on the schedule. I've talked to owner Phil Cundle about that and about that hypothetical. And we haven't officially come to a conclusion yet of if that does occur, whether we will play tonight, or tomorrow. I think the plan is to still play it. Although, to be honest with you, before the playoffs, I think these guys might want an off day if they could choose it. Pitch to Tennessee Carranza, fouled straight back, strike 1. Currently a game and a half behind Hoptown. And honestly, even if we win tonight and Hoptown wins, or we both lose for that matter, tomorrow's game may still not matter. Because we'd be a game and a half behind them still, and we could only be a half game behind them. But what does matter, gratefully so, is between us and Fulton. Pitch. That's outside. And in that regard, I think tomorrow's game could be huge still. This game is even bigger. Because right now we are a half game ahead of the Fulton Railroaders, the team we're playing right now. In third place right now, and if we drop to fourth, we will have to play on Thursday. That's a fly ball to shallow center. Bryce Cape is there, makes the catch. Runner tags, throw to the plate. And the runner will hold. That's a good throw for Bryce to hold the runner. Now that's 2 down. Wow, okay, more defensive changes. Holy cow. Bryce Cape has left the ball game. Ethan Vandement is now in left field. Okay. I just caught a glimpse of the number. That's not Bryce out there. That's Ethan Vandement out in left. Hopefully everything's okay with Bryce, especially after getting hit in the head to start this ball game. That's grounded into right, and that's a hit. Throw to first. Not in time, he's safe. That's another run scoring for Fulton. 3-0 now on the RBI single into right for Braxton Baird. And now Jackson Shoulders to hit. It's very possible the Duelers have to play Thursday. And if that's the case, it'll be a playing game Thursday against the Paducah Chiefs at South Warren High School for the right to play full count in a 3-game best of 3 series. Jackson Shoulders to hit. First pitch, high ball 1. Even if we lose this game tomorrow, we would be 1.5 game behind the Fulton Railroaders. And tomorrow's game would determine who gets the 4th spot and who gets an off day Thursday. Pitch in there, strike 1. But if we lose tonight, it would be in Fulton's hands. We would need help from Du Bois County. Fulton goes on the road to Du Bois County tomorrow. And we would have to beat Hoptown. Pitches outside, 2-1. That's how big this game is right here tonight. If we win tonight, we lock up, at worst, a 3 seed. Tomorrow's game would not matter from our perspective. Pitch. High and inside, ball 3. 3-1 from Liam Samuels to Jackson Shoulders. So defensively now, Ethan Vandeman's out in left. Jackson Evans still in center. Nate Lai still in right. 3-1 pitch. On the ground, slowly hit the third. Jay Curtis will go the short way to third, and that will end the inning. The side is finally retired. Duelers look to chip away with the sticks. They trail 3-0 as we head to the fourth. Stay with us on the Duelers Baseball Network. Welcome back in. We will be changing a microphone here after this half inning. In fact, I will just do it right now and try to change ports. Stand by. I'll be right back.
We are back. Is that better? We'll find out. It's 2-0. Now the pitch to Grace has swung through a fastball, 2-1 your count. If not, I have one more thing to try. My dad just so happens to be watching as well, so he'll check out and see what we got. Hopefully it's better. Pitch to Grace. Just low. Good take. 3-1. The 3-1 to Grace. On the way from Pogue from the stretch. Throw back to first. Norris dives back in and he's out. Oh. Jackson Norris picked out first on a close play and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Fulton. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network, and a welcome back to Renard Grace, who's back on the mound after a long layoff due to injury. It's really good to see him back out there. He's been working quite hard to get himself back ready to go. And it's really good to see Renard back out there. And guess what? He's throwing to his twin brother, which is also cool. They actually were battery mates this year once already. Renard started a game, I believe it was in Louisville. And Richard caught him. But his first start back, his first appearance back, he's pitching to his brother, which is super cool. As a twin myself, that's pretty special. But we're back in. It's 3-0 Fulton. And a game the Duelers desperately need. It'll be 9-1-2 Anderson, Sikander, and Callahan up for the Railroaders. Renard Grace went to UAB last year, but will be joining his brother, Richard, at Southern in the fall. Donner Anderson struck out swinging in the third. Gage Kaufman started to get loose in the Duelers bullpen. Grace ready, first pitch to Anderson.
Way back to the screen. Ball one. Too much moisture on the hand, it looked like there. Renard, wiping his hand on his pants over and over and over again. And he'll look to relocate here. That's outside. Ball two. Having your twin brother back there to kind of coach you through your first appearance back has got to be a help, too, if you're Renard. I'm sure that he knows his game just about as good as anybody would. That's in there. Strike one on a fastball right through there. Good spot to try to relocate in the zone. 2-1 to Garner Anderson. Pitch. Foul back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Anderson today 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the pitch is low. Ball three, a full count. And that's lowered away by 4. Leadoff walk to Garner. We play here on the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Fulton. Top of the order now, Jake Sikander. Jake is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Grace looks over to first on the pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Ball one. Jake Sikander from the University of Dubuque in Chula Vista, California. Throw to first, Anderson back in standing up. Still a 1-0 count. Defensively for the Duelers, it's Ethan Vandermitt in left field, Evans in center, and Lyon right. And the pitch. All the way back to the screen. Anderson takes second on the wild pitch from Grace. His twin brother couldn't quite get in front of that one. Around the infield, Rashard Grace by the plate, Brett Rowell at first. Gustavo Gonzalez, the second baseman, Matt Jacobson, the shortstop, and Jay Curtis, the third baseman. 2-0 to Sikander, outside corner, strike one called. Pitch. On the line, past Jay Curtis and into left. Third base coach waves Anderson around. The throw in for Bendy not in time, and that's an RBI double for Jake Sikander, the second hit of the day, and it's 4-0 Fulton. That'll bring up Ryan Callahan. Ryan Callahan to hit now. Pitch to Callahan, inside corner, strike one. It's 0-1 to Callahan. And now 1-1 your count. That's fouled off, and it's 2-1. You says the scoreboard. I believe it's 1-2 though. Our dad says we're muffled again. That is bizarre. I have no idea why. I got one more chance Or one more thing to try to fix it. Pop ball's over the head of Nate Ryan up against the wall. And the score comes another run as the throw goes into second. That's an RBI single for Ryan Callahan, and it's 5-0 Fulton. I'm going to change up my pen or something. This is just bad luck. Parker Estes to hit now. First pitch to Estes. Ball one. And that's 2-0. Shout out to Tim Breeze, voice of the full count rhythm. He's listening in tonight. Thank you, Tim. 2-0 pitch. Outside ball 3 from Grace. The 3-0. That's in there. Strike one. To Parker Estes, who on the day is 0 for 1 with a walk. That's a pop-up. Into right. Y is there, makes the catch. And throws it in for out number 1. Brady Holloway to hit. On the day for Brady, 0 for 1 for 2, with the strikeout and a single and a pitch. Runner takes off. That's all the way back to the screen. Deflects back to Richard. That's a stolen base for Callahan. Callahan's at second with 1 down. And a 1-0 count to Holloway. Off the inside corner, ball 2. Five nothing Fulton in the game the Duelers really need. A pitch. Inside and it hits him. That's a hit by pitch, and Holloway will go to first. Now, Ryan Lee to hit. Ryan today, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. Once again, folks, this game greatly affects the playoff standings, as you probably know. Checking back in at Hoptown. Hoptown's up on Paducah now, 7-3 as they play at the top of the 6th inning. And if Hoptown wins tonight, they lock up the 2 seed. Pitch to Lee off the outside corner, ball 1. If the Duelers lose tonight and this score holds, tomorrow's game will determine the 4th position and who gets a bye Thursday. The 1-0 pitch. In there, strike 1. If the Duelers lose tonight, they will need help to get a bye on Thursday and avoid the playing game with Paducah. The 1-1. Inside corner. We'll take that, 1-2. And by help, I mean we would need to beat Hoptown tomorrow and these Fulton Railroaders who are playing tonight who go on the road to Boise County. The Boise County would need to win tomorrow as well. And if both those things would occur, we would get the 3 seed and go to Hoptown for the best of 3 series starting Friday. If those 2 things do not occur and we still lose tonight, we will play host to Paducah on Thursday not have an off day. And that's 1-1 your count to Lee, as he is now struck out. The scoreboard was way behind there. That's a strikeout for Lee, and that's out number 2. And now Tennessee Carranza to hit. Pitch. Outside ball 1. The Duelers lose tonight, and those things I mentioned just a moment ago do not both happen tomorrow. We will host Paducah on Thursday for the right to go to full count to play the Rhythm in a best of 3 starting the following day on Friday. The loser of that Paducah game against the 4 seed goes home. 1-1. In there, strike 2 from Graves. That's why we desperately want to avoid the 4-5 matchup, so we would get a bye and avoid Paducah. Or not Paducah, I guess Paducah too. And yes, Mr. Cunningham, you are correct. My scoreboard is behind, just like that scoreboard was just a moment ago. It's 5-0. Completely forgot to change it. My bad. Appreciate the heads up. And the 2-2 outside. Graves will hold it. The runner advances from second to third. And now runners at the corners. The 3-2 from Graves. Outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded now for Braxton Baird. Braxton Baird is 1 for 2 today with an RBI single his last time up. It's 5-0 Fulton. As we play here in the bottom of inning number 4. If the Duelers want a chance to win this game, they need to get it out right here. Pitch inside ball 1. I think that goes without saying. If we want a chance to win this ball game, and out here is a necessity. The 1-0 to Baird. Outside corner, good spot, called strike 1. One and 1 from Grace to Baird in the pitch. Back to Grace. Gathers it in. We'll throw to first, and it's wild. All the way down the line. 1 run scores. There comes a second. And now runners second and third. Holy cow. Renard had an easy play, one that he will do in his sleep 99 times out of 100. A lot of the times you'll see pitchers go halfway between first and the mound and underhand it. Grace just came off the top to the slope and threw it normally to first, and it got past Brett Rowell, and right away, Grace put his hands on his head in frustration. That's a huge play in this game, too. 7-0 Fulton. And now second and third. And shoulders up, pitches outside ball 1. So an E1 allows those 2 runs to score. And the shoulders, the 9th man to hit in the inning. That's in there, strike 1 called. I'll fix your score on your screen a little more promptly this time. There we go. 7-0 Fulton. And the pitch. Off the outside corner, 2-1. Fulton with 3 in the third, now 4 here in the fourth to make it 7-0. The 2-1 pitch. Low ball 3. 3-1 your count to Jackson Shoulders, who on the day is 0 for 2. Grounded out 5 unassisted and struck out looking. The 3-1 pitch. Foul back to the screen, that's 3-2. Grace had the out just a moment ago and threw wildly to first on a comebacker right to him. The 3-2. Inside ball 4, that's a walk to load the bases. The Railroaders have officially batted around in the inning, and Jacob Snyder will come out of the dugout, quite possibly take the ball from his pitcher. Jacob up to the mound and will ask for the baseball. He will be given the baseball. And it will be Gage Kaufman, I believe, into the ball game. We'll take one quick break, be right back. It's 7-0 Fulton on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network, one of my favorite Duelers. Yes, I can have favorites, don't worry. Gage Kaufman on the pitch. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to preface that by saying every one of the guys on this ball club have been incredibly kind to me and very inclusive. But Gage has gone out of his way the entire season to make sure I have everything I need. He played catch for me for a good 45 minutes one day earlier this year. Pitch from Gage is low to Garner Anderson, ball one. He always is very gracious when he comes up to the press box and helps us during our home games. When he's not scheduled to pitch, of course, because that's what he belongs to be doing. That's what he needs to be doing down there. The 1-0 was a fly ball foul, and it's 1-1. And especially hearing Gage's story, how he was cut from his Bossier Parish Community College team and not picked up by anybody, so he has to call it quits on his baseball career after this summer season, but he still wants to compete here this summer and finish it on a high note here with the Franklin Duelers. That's pretty cool. It shows what kind of guy Gage really is. And safe to say, if this is the last time we see Gage pitch, if this is the last time he pitches in his collegiate career, it's an honor to be on the call of it, sir. And it's an honor to have gotten to know you over the course of the summer, and he's going to do great things outside of baseball, I guarantee you that much. The 1-2. Outside ball 2 to shoulder, Anderson, excuse me. Garner Anderson on the day. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. On the 2-2 pitch. Check swing on a slider away, a full count of 3-2. Nowhere to put Garner. Bases are loaded with 2 down, already 7-0 Fulton. Gage has a sign in the 3-2. Grounded up the middle and past Jacobson into center. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. He will score. Throw-in is cut off. And it's 9-0 Fulton. They've put up 6 in the inning. Two RBI single for Garner Anderson. And now Jake Sikander will hit. It's crazy how things have gone from really, 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 really good just about a month ago to about as bad as you could see. About as bad as you could imagine. And it's not like the guys don't care. These guys want to win, I guarantee you that much. The guys that don't want to win aren't necessarily here at this point. Out to fly ball to center. Evans is there, brings it in, and the inning is over. But a sixth spot here in the fourth makes it 9-0. Duelers look to claw their way back in it. That's 9-0 Fulton. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. It's 9-0 Fulton. They'll fix your score in a second. Pitch to Grace is a chopper in front of the plate. Lee out to get it. Will throw to first, and timeout number one. Things have went pretty crazy the last week and a half. At one point, I believe it was June 28th, the Duelers had a two-game lead over the full count rhythm in first place in the OVL South. It's a two-game lead over the full count rhythm. Right now, the full count rhythm are 29-11, and they are 7 games ahead of the second place full count or the Hop 10 Hoppers. Full count has a 7-game lead and 29 wins. They're 29-11. But on June 28th, the Duelers had a 2-game lead on full count. The pitch to Jacobson is low and away. It's 3-0 now to Matt. That tells you how quickly things have changed. The Duelers 1-9 in their last 10 games. The 3-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's strike one. And I've been told by the scoreboard operator here up in the press perch that they will be using scoreboard or percentages, winning percentages to determine ties for playoff standings, and that's, I think, ball 4. Maybe that's just ball 3. Although they called it a strike, I guess. That was a nonchalant strike call. I didn't even see it. It's 3-2 to Jacobson now. Malik Pogue has his side. And the 3-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 4 and a walk. We'll take that. And now Brett Rao, who's 0 for 1, popped out second his first time. Also, speaking of second base, Jorge Vallette is into second right, or in at second right now defensively, replacing Gardner Anderson. But at this point, it's not looking like the Duelers will have to worry about any ties. Because if our result holds and Hoptown's result holds, it's going to come down to winning tomorrow and needing some help to avoid the playing game. Pitch. That's low and away, ball one. Well, if these two results hold, this game tomorrow will for sure happen. It's going to need to. Hoptown doesn't need it to happen. If they win tonight, they lock up the 2 seed. The 1-0 to Rowell. High, ball 2. Brett, like I mentioned, seeing the ball much better lately. The average isn't necessarily there, but he's picking up the ball better later in the summer. 2-0 pitch, high, ball 3. Like I said, if the Duelers lose tonight and do not get help from Du Bois County tomorrow, even with a win tomorrow, they will be the 4th seed in the OVO playoffs and host Paducah on Thursday. Pitch. Outside corner, called strike 1, 3-1 to Brett Rowell. A win today would have certainly locked up at least a 3 seed, maybe even a 2 seed. But it sure doesn't look like we're going to be winning today, at least not right now. The pitch to Rowell's on the inside corner now. Brett doesn't like it, but it's called a strike, and it's 3-2. Very civil conversation back there, though, between the home plate umpire and the Duelers catcher. This home plate umpire is doing a much better job than the last one we had when we were here just a few nights ago. The 3-2 pitch. That's pulled down the line all the way to the wall, down the right field line. Around second, headed to third is Jacobson. He will be in there standing up. That's a hard-hit single for Brett Rowell. The Duelers have a little bit of life right here. Runners at the corners and 1 down for Nate Rye. I told you, Brett Rowell is hitting the ball harder lately. Hasn't been finding holes. That time he sure did. A line drive down the right field line, and in any other ballpark, that would have been an easy run. But here, just pulls into third. And yes, I forgot to check my score again. It's 9-0. My bad. And now a meeting at the mound between the pitching coach and the entire infield as Brad Weber's out there. I told you I was going to fix my scoreboard at the start of the inning, and it completely slipped my mind. I apologize, guys. Pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Fulton's got to be celebrating right about now because they were pretty much locked into the 4th seed, but with the Duelers' help, it's looking ever so likely that they're going to be the 3 seed in the OVR playoffs in the South. And it's now 2-0 to Nate Rye. Nate Rye today 0 for 1, popped out to short on the 2-0 pitch. Up the middle, pass Pogue to second. Step on the bag for 1, throw to first, double play, and the inning is over. That's been the Duelers' luck the last couple of weeks. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. We head To the bottom of the fifth, it's 9-0 Fulton. Stay with us. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. It will be Ryan Callahan to lead off against Gage Kaufman. Here at the bottom of the fifth, 9-0 Fulton, your score. And the pitch. Took it to right. That's off the roof above my head. And it's 0-1. Callahan on the day. 2 for 3. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a pop out to right as well. The 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1. Gage Kaufman back out there. They'll do this right-handed reliever. From Lake Charles, Louisiana, and a 2-1 count now to Ryan Callahan. Tomorrow night, final regular season game between the Duelers and the Hoptown Hoppers. And a game that will likely cement the Duelers' fate as the 4 seed. Not completely set in stone, even if we lose today, but pretty likely at that point with the way things are going. Although, outside of full count, full count then doesn't care what they do tomorrow because I don't know if they even have to play tomorrow. They don't have to play, I don't think, until Friday at this point. Everybody got rained out 2 days ago except for full count, who played us, but we have to make up a game with Hoptown the following day. 3-2. That's outside ball 4 to lead off walk to Ryan Callahan. But anyways, everybody's behind on games, I believe, except for the full count rhythm, who are, of course, going to get the 1 seed anyways. So it's basically like they can rest their guys for a whole week plus. They clinched the division a couple nights ago already. A few days at this point. And they'll have off tomorrow, they'll have off Thursday, and they won't have to open the playoffs until Friday at their own venue. Everybody else, I think, has to make up a game tomorrow. That pitch to Estes is crushed into the gap, but man, John Evans makes a nice running catch, throws it in. Callahan hurries back there to avoid the double play. Nice play out there by the birthday boy, John Evans. Want to, of course, again wish John a happy 22nd birthday. I'm sure he would have liked to win on his birthday, and it's not over yet. But so far, that's not looking likely. Brady Holloway now to hit. Holloway's 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1.
And the next pitch is smashed down the line, foul, first base side, into the corner, where Brett Rao will go grab it. Or, excuse me, Nate Lyle will go grab it. I'm not used to seeing Nate down there in right. But what's so funny about how short this field is in right, I mentioned it the last time we were here, it's essentially an extension of first base. Now, what's interesting is, before innings, when there are ground balls being thrown between the infield to warm up the infielders, the Duelers have been throwing some out there to Nate Lye in short right because there are so many occurrences where a ball is grounded in a 3-4 hole, but it's so shallow out there that it could be a can of corn out to throw a ground ball from right to first because the distance is so short that when you're warming up your infielders, the Duelers have been tossing ground balls to Rao in the rotation, or not to Rao, to Lye, in that rotation too, which is pretty funny. That pitch is line foul first base side. That previous pitch was back to the screen and allowed Callahan to take second. So it's 1-2 now to Brady Holloway with Ryan Callahan on second and one down. 9-0 Fulton as we play here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Swung on and a foul ball in and out of the glove of Grace. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 from Gage Kaufman. He'll get his side from Grace, glove at the waist, and the pitch. That's a fly ball into left. Ethan Vandermint is there, waits for it to come down, and makes the catch. Out number 2. It's a good throw back in, too, from Vandy. He's not used to being out there, of course, as a relief pitcher. But Vandy's an athletic guy that will do anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything at all to help his team win. That's included playing a lot of defensive positions over the course of the last few weeks. Mostly second. He's been there a few times as defensive substitutions when we've needed them. Ryan Lee to hit now. First pitch. Off the outside, ball one. It's 1-0 to Ryan Lee. Ryan Lee 2 for 3 with a strikeout. Also an RBI. Fastball swung right through. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike to Ryan Lee. Man at second. 2 down, and the pitch is low. Ball 2. 2-1 to Ryan. 9-0 Fulton, your score. As we play here at Lojas Field. The sun has set here as we approach 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to third and through the hole. Into left. Vanderbilt will come up throwing. And a 2-out single will make it runners at the corners for Tennessee Carranza. A new hitter, a pinch hitter for Fulton, appears to be, 13 on the roster is Blake Loper. That doesn't think who that is. It is Blake Loper, who's listed as a pitcher. And we faced him as a pitcher too, but I guess he's going to hit now. Hitting in Carranza's spot. Whoa. And there's a cop beyond the wall, going down the road, right beyond the third base wall, or first base wall. And the first pitch is low and away, ball 1. Well, I believe it's 1-1 to Loper. Low ball 2, 2-1. Two and one, your count. that's high ball 3. 3-1 from Gage Kaufman to Blake Loper, who's hitting in the spot of Tennessee Carranza, the DH. On the 3-1 pitch. Popped up. Fouled out of play, and it's 3-2. Runners at the corners here with 2 down. It's 9-0 Fulton. As we play here, bottom of the 5th inning. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Loper. Strike 3, and the inning is over. Kaufman allows no runs in that inning. A better inning now than the last one. We head to the 6th. It's 9-0 Fulton on top. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. A new pitcher on the mound for the Railroaders from Union University. It's Jake Wilson. The only thing I remember about Jake Wilson is he has a good curveball. Now, when he was on the mound in relief against us last time, tensions were very, 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 very high. We'll just leave it at that. Alrighty. Top of the 6th. 9-1-2. Gustavo Gonzalez, Ethan Vanderbilt, and John Evans due up. And yes, Vanderbilt is in the on-deck circle. He will hit. It's 0-1 to Gustavo. This is Gustavo's final game as a Dueler. It was short-lived his summer here, but has an early flight out tomorrow. Kyle was telling us on the bus he's got to leave his house in Bowling Green by 4:45 in the morning to take Gustavo to the airport. Kyle's done it all this summer. He's put his heart and soul into this team. Check swing, did he go? Yes, as the home plate umpire. It's 1-2. Or 0-2. Man, but what's going on here this last few weeks is nothing that Kyle could have done differently. Kyle Schexnayder has put his heart and his soul into this team the entire season. He takes losses, even in summer ball with his OVL team, the Duelers, of course. Very, very difficult, very, very hard. He takes losses hard.
And in summer ball, a lot of times people don't really care. But Kyle cares. That's an understatement, but Kyle Scheckstader cares. He has put his heart and soul into this team all summer, both on and off the baseball field. Not to mention he's always willing to help me out wherever he can, which I greatly appreciate. He's living in an Airbnb this summer with his 2 coaches and 3 or 4 of the players as well, so not getting a ton of sleep as that one's lined in the gap and past the right fielder Holloway up against the wall. Gustavo around first will hold the leadoff single here in the 6th. That's a good piece of hitting with 2 strikes. For a leadoff single. Top of the order now, and Ethan Vanderment to hit. As we have the sheesh chants going on behind me. I sure hope you guys can't hear that because that's kind of obnoxious. First pitch to Vandy's in there, strike 1. We'll see what Ethan can do with the stick. I think he's hit twice. He's put the ball in play once, if I remember correctly. The 0-1. That's a decent swing on a pitch outside. And it's 0-2 to Vandy. Taps the plate twice, holds his bat out in front of him, now on his shoulder. Looks like a hitter on the plate, even though he's clearly not. He hit the ball in high school, though, pretty well, he was telling me. 0-2. On the ground, slowly hit the short. To second for 1 to first. Vandy's safe, and the ball gets away. He'll just stay put at first. And a fielder's choice, Vandy reaches. He likes to hit the ball to short. He's done that twice this year. The first time he reached on an error by the shortstop. That was in Muhlenberg. And here, a fielder's choice, 6-4, and John Evans to hit. Pitch to John in their bottom of the zone, called strike 1. Just off the inside corner, good take. It's 1-1 to John. John Evans today. A sac bunt and a ground out pitcher to first on his 22nd birthday. Throw to first. Diving back in is Ethan Vanderbilt, getting his uniform dirty. Also, we'll take a minute to check on the Hoptown score. Not that that's going to matter at this point. It's 8-3, bottom 7. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Wilson to second for 1, throw to first, double play. That's 3 double plays to do this fit into, if my math are correct, or is correct. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-0 Fulton, excuse me, man, oh man. And we'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. More defensive changes for the Duelers and a new pitcher as well. Matt Jenkinson moves from short to the mound. Now, mind you, Matt came into college as a two-way guy, so he could actually pitch. The first one's in there, strike one. This is not necessarily a position player pitching, even though if you look at our roster on the OVL website, it is. Matt can actually pitch pretty well. He's, of course, one of the last resort guys, but he did come into college as a two-way. Gustavo Gonzalez moves from second to short. Trying to figure out who's at second now. It looks like Ethan Vanderman has moved from left to second, and we have a new left fielder who I do not recognize quite yet. The 0-2 from Matty J. Outside, ball one. Popped out of the glove of Grace. We play here, bottom six, 9-0, the score. Another 1-2. That ball is skied in the air to left center. And it will be down in the gap. Over to get it is Evans. Runner will make a wide turn and hold up. Would have been safe at third because the throw squirted away from the cutoff man, Gonzalez, all the way to Curtis. That's a leadoff double for the Railroaders and Braxton Baird. Jackson shoulders to hit. Back in. Sorry for the delay, folks. Trying to figure out who our new left fielder is out there. It's too dark to catch a number, even with binoculars. The PA voice of the Raiders. Let me borrow his binoculars. Couldn't quite see it. Fly ball in the 8 line. Right makes the catch, and that's out number 1 on a 3-1 pitch from Jenkinson. Out number 1. I'll try to catch it when whoever's in left comes back to our dugout. That'll probably be my best shot to catch it, and I'll see what I can do for you guys. Because I'm just as curious as you are. Because I will answer my own question as we speak, actually. Ethan Vanderman has indeed moved from left to second. Jorge Vallette for his first debut of the day. Came on defensively for Garner Anderson a couple of innings ago. First pitch. That's on a line to deep right. And that's off the netting. An RBI single for Vallette makes it 10-0 Fulton. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. 10-0 Fulton. And the Duelers are, guess what, in danger to be run-ruled for the third night in a row, which is really, really hard to believe after how good this team was just about 3.5 weeks ago. Pitch from Jenkinson is away, ball 1. That looked pretty good, but call the ball. It's 1-1 your count to Jorge Vallette.
And the next pitch. Outside ball 2. And the pitch. Foul off. It's 2-2 now. Two from Jenkinson to Vallette. Matt now Diaz from the stretch. And the pitch. Just misses. Off the corner. It's 3-2, a full count with 1 down. 10-0 Fulton as we play here in the 6th. Pitch. A pop-up. But a pop-up may be a home run. It had home run distance, believe it or not, but it's foul. Three-two to Jake Seconder. Leadoff man. And a pitch. Away ball 4. That's a walk. Matt thought he had him, held his release, but called the ball by the home plate umpire. Now first and second, and Kyrie Tribble will hit now. Kyrie Tribble pinch hitting for Ryan Callahan. Bottom of the 6th and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Now, mind you, since we are here bottom 6, if Fulton gets 3 outs and the Duelers don't score, this game is over. After the next half inning for the 3rd straight night in a row, which is absolutely wild, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. Especially after how good this team was in the month of June. It has just all unraveled in a hurry. Next pitch, where did that miss? I guess upstairs. Ball 2, 2-1 to Kyrie Tribble. Kyrie Tribble from Berea College in Greenfield, Tennessee. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss on a fastball. That's a good spot for Matty J out there on the mound. It's 2-2. See, unlike a lot of position players, quote-unquote, pitching, like I said, Matt pitched in high school and came into college as a two-way at Roan State. Now just only a hitter and defensive player, of course, on the infield. But, man, he can pitch. He can pitch. The 2-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Jenkinson gets a K, and that's 2 down. And now Parker Estes will hit. First pitch to him, outside ball 1. Nothing Fulton as we cross the 9 o'clock hour. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 1. 1-1 from Matty J to Parker Estes from Murray State. Parker on the day. 2 for 3 with 2 walks. Already at bat number 6, believe it or not, or plate appearance number 6. That swung right through a fastball, 1-2. Matt's looked pretty good out there on the mound, I'm not going to lie. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. Duelers need 1 run to keep this thing alive. They'll look to get it when we come back. 10-0 Fulton as we head to the 7th on the Duelers Baseball Network.
Back in with a 1-0 count to Jay Curtis, so we start the 7th. The pitch from Wilson. Foul right back to the screen. Excuse me. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 10-0 Fulton. As it will be Curtis, Norris, and Grace up to try to keep this ball game alive for the Duelers. The 1-1 to Curtis. Grounded foul third base side, and it's 1-2 now. Jay, the University of Dayton product, born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. Played at John Curtis Christian High School. That pitch is low and away. Ball 2, 2-2. Two and two on the way. Breaking ball inside. Good take. A full count at 3-2 to Jay Curtis. Duelers need 1 run to keep this thing alive here in the inning. Pitch swung on a miss, strike 3, and that's 1 down here in the 7th. Now it's Jackson Norris to hit. On the day for Jackson, 0 for 2. Line up to second, and a ground out to right, believe it or not, right to first base. Right field to first base, I guess. And the first pitch to Norris. High, ball 1. It's 1-0. So the Duelers are going to need some help tomorrow from Du Bois County, and are going to need to win themselves to get the 3 seed tomorrow. Pitch to Norris, a ground ball to first. Be the pitcher covering, the race to the bag, and Norris is out, and that's 2 down. Good PFP right there. Pitcher fielding practice as Norris was there in a hurry. Cover the bag. A good feed, and that's 2 outs. And it's all up to Rashard Grace, who's 0 for 2 himself as well. 1 out away from an early ending here from Fulton. Grace will hit from the other side of the plate. That's interesting. I didn't realize he was a switch hitter. But he dug in from the left side. Maybe he just put his shin guard on the wrong leg. That's possible too. First pitch fastball, strike 1. That pitch is inside, ball 1, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a missed strike 2, and it's 1 strike away for the Fulton Railroaders from victory. 10-0 Fulton as we play top of the 7th. 1-2 to count. Wilson's pitch on the way to Grace. Check swing, good tech. Ball 2, it's 2-2. Two and 2 your count. And the pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. It's 3-2. Three and 2 to Grace. And the pitch. Off the corner, ball 4. Fulton thought they had ended this game, but the home plate umpire says, nope, that's outside, and a walk to Grace keeps this thing going. Now the pitcher, Matt Jenkinson, will hit. Started the game at shortstop, but pitched the last inning. And the pitch to Matty J. Off the corner, ball 1. The 0-1 pitch to Matt. On the ground at third, backhanded by Estes. Throw to first, and time in the ball game is over. The Franklin Duelers have lost their 6th straight ball game. And the record now has officially reached 500. 19-19 tomorrow and the regular season at home against Hoptown. 7:05 first pitch on the Duelers Baseball Network and YouTube channel. Losing pitcher Liam Samuels, winning pitcher Malik Pogue. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you all for joining us here this evening. Final score, Railroaders 10, Duelers nothing. We'll see you tomorrow for a final game of the regular season. Please be with us on the Duelers Baseball Network. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll talk to you then. Thank you for joining us, and have a good one, everybody.